What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we had a very interesting report that came out this morning, and that report is the jobs report. Let's talk about the jobs report for a second, because let me just explain what estimates came in as. Estimates came in as follows: 188,000 jobs for the month of January, a 3.6% unemployment rate. Earnings were going to be up by 0.3% month over month and 4.3% year over year. That is what estimates came in as. Well, we blew through those numbers. Well, some of those. Let's just look at what our jobs report said this morning. The January jobs report shows that the U.S. added not 188,000 jobs. We added 517,000 jobs. I will explain where those jobs are coming from in just a minute. But we also now have a 53-year low to our unemployment rate. It is now not 3.6%. It is 3.4%. Keep in mind, as the Federal Reserve raises rates, we normally should see unemployment go down, okay? Or unemployment go up, not down. That is interesting that we're seeing unemployment go down as the Federal Reserve just the other day raised interest rates by another 25 basis points. It's interesting. But let's look at where these jobs are actually coming from, because this is going to be very telling of what we could potentially see moving forward. First, we know leisure and hospitality. They added 128,000 jobs in just January. That's an average of 89,000 jobs per month for 2022. We know professional and business services, those jobs rose by another 82,000. Government employment increased by 74,000, 35,000 of which came from state government education. And much of this increase is reflecting a return of university workers from a strike. Okay? So just keep that in mind. We also know healthcare added 58,000 jobs. Retail rose by 30,000. Construction added 25,000. That's interesting because construction was slowing. We saw slow, right? Builders were not building. We weren't seeing contractors renovating homes because prices were just too expensive. People were waiting. Well, now construction is ticking back up. We also know transportation and warehousing added 23,000 jobs, and social assistance was up 21,000 as well. Now, we even saw the work week tick back up as well. And normally if we see the work week get reduced, then that's a sign of a weakening job market. But it actually went in the opposite direction. A lot of things here, what we were expecting, the numbers came in and we are going the opposite direction, which is crazy. It's insane. Now, don't get me wrong here, okay? I'm happy that more people are working than in previous months, but this could make the Fed decide that inflation is not slowing fast enough, and they could come in and raise interest rates at a faster pace in their next meeting. That could be devastating to millions and millions of people. That could really hurt the stock market. We'll see, okay? But the Fed just announced this week that they raised rates by 25 basis points. And every time they raise rates, it hurts growth just a little bit. And if you have credit card debt, well, guess what? Your credit card debt just got more expensive to hold. Yeah, so you don't want that. Now keep this in mind. Almost all companies that are coming out lately and talking about how they're giving their earnings reports, almost every single company has said that the first part of 2023 was going to be rough. It's going to be a painful first 6 months. But then the second half, the second half of 2023 should be decent. It should be good. Well, now seeing the reports that are coming out, this jobs report, seeing inflation, seeing all these different reports that are coming out lately, now I'm starting to believe it. But initially, I wasn't thinking that was the case. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get moving forward. So right now, we could just be seeing the pain in the markets that we were all pretty much expecting. But moving forward, there's a chance that we don't dip into a recession. We see unemployment stay pretty low. We see a strong jobs market, and we see inflation come down. But with all that said, keep this in mind. And again, this is where, we're kind of hit and miss. If we have a strong labor market, if we have job growth, then that means people have more money. But in order for inflation to come down, we need to stop spending that money. So at some point, we are going to reach that fork in the road where the American people have to decide, do we continue to spend money? Do we save it? What are we going to do? And that is where many economists believe that the American people, the U.S. consumers, are not in a position to save money. We don't want to save money because why would we? If we see inflation come down and then people have a lot of money, guess what? Most people are going to think, you know what? I got to buy this thing while I have the money and while it's still affordable. Because if everybody has money, guess what? Inflation will go back up, which means the items that we're looking to buy now could be cheaper today than tomorrow. So I just wanted to fill you in on kind of what this jobs report is saying. A lot of the mainstream media is saying that this is it's tough to predict what next month is going to bring because nobody predicted 517,000 new jobs. Nobody was predicting this. I remember listening to an economist just the other day, and this economist was predicting double, about 350,000 jobs. He was the highest. He was the highest amongst anybody that I've seen. 350,000 jobs. And my guess is people were laughing at him because the estimates were coming in at 188,000. He was coming in about 350. And yet the report now says 517,000 jobs. Yeah, that's interesting. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think, and again, I bring this up because a lot of people have mentioned it, are we seeing the federal government step in and try to manipulate these numbers? Well, as of right now, it's hard to fight against that statement because that is kind of what we're seeing. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think? But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.